Here at Winston Speedway I-35 with Leroy Morrison, KC Cheeseworks. Hi, buddy.
Hey, Dad. We're out here at I-35 and we're having a good night of racing. Session's open. Session's up there. We'll have pure stocks, street stocks, lightning sprints, vintage, A mods, B mods, and E mods. That's 8 classes tonight they'll be racing.
Oh, cool.
That's a lot of classes to get run in one night.
Yeah, it is.
Should have a good night of racing. We'll get the video going and do a couple interviews at night and get going.
Okay, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye.
As we head through turn number 3 off of turn number 4.
As we come off of turn number 4, over in turn number 3, the 10H of Garrett Hill will spin that car around. We look to stay green right now and continue to see if we continue green. As we're going to throw the yellow for the 10H of Garrett Hill.
Here we go with Jaden Bears in that car number 20J.
Off of turn number 4, the 20X of Bud Wilson will get the field started as the 211 of Tim Eaton will look to beat the 91 of Eddie Swope Jr. into turn number 1.
Jaden Bears doing double duty as he will drive that 20T car down the back straightaway. Bud Wilson by 2 car lengths. Here comes Eddie Swope working on Tim Eaton. They're side by side for second with Bud Wilson out front.
The 07 of Daniel Harris moved into the 4th place position on the restart as it battled deep in the field between the 7 of Doug Keller and the 18K of Dan and Knott.
Garrett Hill, a little bit of problems getting that car number 10H. He gallops it back up. Green flag staying on the racetrack. As around goes one into the infield. That is the 57. No, that is not.
It's the 18K.
Dana Knott in the 18K.
Him and the 7 of Doug Keller got a little bit together as they were. As we're going to throw the yellow flag down the backstretch as the 18K of Dan Knott came and pulled back onto the racetrack. Off of turn number 4, Bud Wilson will get him going. Coming to the flag stand as the 91 of Eddie Swope Jr. gets the jump on the 211 of Tim Eaton.
Eddie Swope Jr. going to make that car work on the low side. Now let it glide up the racetrack, moving Eaton back to 3rd, but Eaton loves that high line as he is on the back of the 91. Here is Bud Wilson in that lead as he comes down the front straightaway in that 2nd spot. 91 of Swope by the flag stand into 1.
The 7 of Doug Keller has gotten by the 15 of Ednell. He'll move into that 5th position down there on the low side. Randy Ainsworth on the 57 will look to follow him as down the backstretch. The 211 of Tim Eaton continues to try to fight with the 91 of Eddie Swope Jr.
Man on the move, that 07 of Daniel Harris as he has got that car up at the 4th spot, but everybody chasing that 20X of Bud Wilson side by side for 2nd. Tim Eaton trying to claim that 2nd spot as we go down the back straightaway. Crossover move by Swope.
The 211 of Tim Eaton will complete the slide job off of 2. He'll move into that 2nd place position as the 07 of Daniel Harris will try to follow him into the 3rd place position.
Stone Ridge Pork on that car number 9. And around goes Swope. Piling them up down in turn number 1 and 2.
The 20X of Bud Wilson on when he wants to start this race. He's going to start it early in turn number 4, and as he's going to be followed by the 211 of Tim Eaton down the front straight.
Didn't fool anybody on that start as Tim Eaton is right there on his back bumper to go down the back straightaway. Bud Wilson, that man is cool under pressure as he has got it out front. Jet chassis working underneath him, been really close to the victory so far this year as he is wide open coming off turn number 4. Great run for the 20X, Bud Wilson.
The 211 of Tim Eaton will look to track down the 20X of Bud Wilson as Doug Keller looks to the outside of the 91 of Eddie Swope Jr. He will take that 3rd possession as the 10H of Garrett Hill gets sideways in turn number 2, but everyone is able to continue as the 20X of Bud Wilson will lead back into turn number 1.
Collected a couple of cars down in 1 and 2, but everybody able to go up front though. Everybody's chasing that 20X. As Garrett Hill, problems for him again as he is way up the track down in turn number 4. Gallows it back up. Green staying out on the racetrack.
It looks as though the handling has gone away from the 91 of Eddie Swope Jr. and he is falling into the clutches of the 18 of Dan and Knott. The 15 of Ed Knoll moved into that 4th place position as the 57 of Randy Ainsworth has moved up to the 5th place position.
Knott coming forward in that car number 18K as Wilson right up kicking a little dust up that time as he will be dealing with the lap car of Garrett Hill as he goes through turn number 1. Coming off turn number 2, Garrett Hill slips right up in front of Bud Wilson. Wilson gathers it up as we got problems down in turn number 3 and 4 with Yella coming out on the racetrack.
Coming off of turn number 4, the 20X of Bud Wilson will lead the 211 of Tim Eaton, the 7 of Doug Keller down the front stretch and into turn number 1.
Bud Wilson going to lead him. He's got a 2-car length lead as he comes down the back straightaway. Tim Eaton, he sets in that second spot. Doug Keller also in the back. As Ainsworth gets into the wall a little bit on the backstretch to Walker Excavating sign.
All of the top 5 are working the high side as they're going to head down the front stretch of the 20X of Bud Wilson. Will continue to lead the 211 of Tim Eaton through turns 1 and 2.
Down the back straightaway, Wilson's still going to lead them. Eaton in tow. 7 of Keller runs third. And how about Ed Knoll? Randy Ainsworth as Eddie Swope. Looks like he cooled them tires off, starting to come to the front as Garrett Hill turns it around in turn number 1 and 2. I think that is 2 unassisted for the 10H. He will take that car behind the wall. Turn number 3, anywhere between 3 and 4. Here we go, Jacob.
Off of turn number 4, the 20X of Bud Wilson will get on the throttle. He'll lead the field to the flag stand as he will take a 2-car length advantage into turn number 1.
As they go through turn number 1, off of turn number 2, Wilson still going to lead them down the back straightaway. Good job by Eaton in second. And how about Ed Nola and Randy Ainsworth going at it for that 4th and 5th spot as they come off 4.
Randy Ainsworth in the 57 will look to the inside of the 15 of Ed Knoll off of turn number 4. He'll get the position at the stripe, move the 57 of Randy Ainsworth to the 4th place position.
Back to the front for Randy Ainsworth as he is up on Doug Keller now. He is looking for more as he runs in that 4th spot. As they go through turn number 3 off of 4, Wilson's still going to lead them to the flag stand.
The fight is for 3rd as the 57 of Randy Ainsworth is to the inside of the 7 of Doug Keller as they're going to fight door to door off of turn number 2 for that 3rd place position.
3rd place in jeopardy now as Doug Keller has it, but here comes Randy Ainsworth. Ainsworth looking on the inside. He is going to get it done now, coming down the front straightaway. He and Keller side by side. Keller will hang on to 3rd as the white flag comes in the air. Off of 2, down the back straightaway. Wilson still going to lead him.
The 211 of Tim Eaton gave it one final try into turn number 1. It won't be enough as the 20X of Bud Wilson will come off of turn number 4 and win the USRA A&B modified feature event. This 7-car Doug Keller with the inside of the 211 at the stripe. He will take the
here in victory lane. Bud, what a race, stiff competition, but you pull off the win here tonight.
Yeah, I knew with Tim starting on the outside, I had to beat him to the top or he was going to walk away from me. So I got to thank, of course, John Bowler. If it wasn't for him, brand new race car and let me drive it. So I'm pretty fortunate. And my good friend Mike Tanner right there coming right before the feature, he said, hey, let's change one thing. It was a difference.
Yeah, I tell you what, the car looked really good out there. Like I told everybody, I can't remember a year that you have not won features here at I-35 Speedway. You are a good man behind the wheel. Congratulations on a big win.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I enjoy what I'm doing.
Race fans, he's going to go back and enjoy this victory. Let's hear it one more time. McCarthy Auto Circle for the Bud man, Bud Wilson.
Off of turn number 4, the 34X of Mick Ross will lead him to the field as the 77 of Dean Ray will make it 3 wide heading into turn number 1.
3 wide with Jaden Bears wanting to make it 4 as we go through turn 1. Out about number 93 of Scott as he will take that lead down the back straightaway. He and Ray, and they all made it through there somehow.
The 20J of Jaden Bears as there's contact, some more contact between the 89 of Hayes and the 20J of Jaden Bears. And as the 34X of Mick Ross will turn the car around over in turn number 4. Collectors 3 and 4 as the 77 of Dean Ray and the 93 of Sam Scott look to lead the field off of turn number 4 as Dean Ray of the 77 will take the lead heading into turn number 1.
As they come off turn number 1, Sam Scott going to dive to the inside. We're going to be side by side as we go down the back straightaway. No, Dean Ray going to pull out to a car length advantage as we head into turn number 3.
The S20 of Gene Stigl will look to the outside of the 93 of Sam Scott, but Sam Scott will get the drive off the corner. He'll look to challenge the 77 of Dean Ray into turn number 1.
Close racing as we go through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Scott looking on the inside. He and Ray going to be doing battle as they go through turn number 3 off of turn number 4. Ray slips up the racetrack. That opens the door for car number 93 of Scott as they come down the front straightaway. Ray will still lead them into 1.
Into turn number 1, Ray will look to take the high side. Scott will look to cut to the low side to try to get a run off the corner, but the advantage will still go to Dean Ray down the backstretch.
Keep an eye on that car number 1 of Smith as he and Stigl doing battle for that 3rd and 4th. Also in the picture, Richard Moulton in that car number 18, but the battle is up front. Dean Ray has it. Sam Scott wants it as we go into 1.
Sam Scott continues to hound the rear bumper of the 77 of the Dean Ray as Dean Ray will get about a car length advantage heading down the backstretch.
These two guys, each week, these 2 cars get out front to 2 white cars, Mopar and Chevy, as they come down the front straightaway. Dean Ray has it. car number 93 of Scott wants it as we go into 1.
The S20 of Gene Stiegel maintains that third place position, followed by the 1 of Christopher Smith and the 18 of Richard Moulton, but the battle is still up front between the 77 of Dean Ray and the 93 of Sam Scott.
And here we come, race fans, down the front straightaway. Dean Ray still going to lead them. That guy can wheel a race car. Picked up a feature win last night at US 36 Raceway. Can he do it here again tonight at I-35 Speedway? Guy is on a roll this year, but Scott also a fast car.
The 77 of Dean Ray has started to stretch that lead out a little bit as the 93 of Sam Scott will try to pull in the gap. Heading off of turn number 4, the 77 of Dean Ray continues to lead.
Keeping an eye on that third and fourth battle. Chris Smith has come through the pack. He is up to that 4th spot looking for Morris. He is on the inside of Stiegel. Had to get on the brakes a little bit on the inside where he did not get into Stiegel, but in that 4th place, Smith making his charge to the front.
Off of turn number 4, the 93 will look to the inside of Dean Ray yet again, but won't get it done as the 77 of Dean Ray will continue to lead and through turns 1 and 2.
Close racing up front. They are within a half a car length of each other. Ray seems to pull a little bit down the back straightaway, but here comes Scott right back. Little contact between the two as they come off 3 and 4. Rubbins racing as we come down the front straightaway. Scott in second. Ray out front.
Dean Ray will get a little bit sideways into turn number 1, but will get the drive off the corner as the 93 of Sam Scott will continue to try to look to find a way. He'll give a shot to the 77 of Dean Ray into turn number 3. The 77 of Dean Ray will hang on to it.
Black flag being pointed at car number 93, telling him no contact as they go down the back straightaway. They give him a break that time, not again.
Look at he just hit him again.
Yellow. Caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack. Place car in the S20 of Gene Stiegel, your 3rd place car. And your 4th place car will always be, and that is the 18 of Moulton as we go green flag down the front straightaway into 1.
The 77 of Dean Ray gets a great restart heading into turn number 1 as the S20 of Gene Stiegel will look to get in front of the 93 of Sam Scott. He'll make that pass to move into the 2nd position off of turn number 2.
As we go through turn number 3, coming off turn number 4, Dean Ray still going to lead them down the front straightaway as we head into turn number 1. Stiegel runs in that 2nd spot now, and here comes Scott back. He is going to try to dip on the inside of Stiegel as they go down the back straightaway. Scott and Stiegel side by side for 2nd.
Heading into turn number 3, the 93 and the 20 are side by side. The 93 will look to make the pass off of turn number 4, but the momentum for the S20 of Gene Stiegel, they'll be side by side at the line.
Scott will take back over that 2nd spot. Stiegel on the high side in car number 20. Here comes Stiegel back. Contact as Stiegel gets in the back of the 93. Scott will hang on to that 2nd spot. Stiegel runs 3rd, but up front, everybody chasing the set. And over goes Scott over the bank, car number 93.
Dean Ray and the 77 will look to get a good jump on the S20 of Gene Stiegel off of turn number 4. He'll get him started early as he's going to get a good jump on the S20. Dean Ray will lead him heading into turn number 1.
As we go into turn number 1, coming off turn number 2, car number 77 of Dean Ray down the back straightaway. He is pulling away with Stiegel in 2nd. Here comes car number 18. How about Richard Moulton back with a vengeance tonight as he will run in that 3rd position.
The 93 of Sam Scott will move back into that 6th place position off of turn number 4, but the battle is for 2nd between the S20 of Gene Stiegel and the 18 of Richard Moulton.
Jeb Hayes a little out of shape that time coming off turn number 4. He will be slow down the back straightaway. Everybody catching on him as the 93 of Scott making his way back to the front as here comes Smith on the inside of Hayes.
They're going to be too wide off the corner back there for that 5th place position. Is contact back there for that 4th place position as the 93 of Sam Scott got into the 89 of Jeb Hayes.
Smith slips up the racetrack. Here comes Scott looking on the inside, side-by-side battle for that 4th and 5th place, but up front, everybody chasing that 77 of Ray as the white flag coming out on the racetrack.
The white flag will fly for the 77 of Dean Ray heading into turn number 1. Off of turn number 2, the 77 of Dean Ray will use the high side with the S20 trying to chase him down. The S20 won't have enough. He's through turns 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, the 77 of Dean Ray will win USRA stock car main event. 2nd will go to the number 18 of photo finish to Richard Moulton. 3rd will go to the S20 of Gene.
Here he comes, race fans. Give him a big round of applause. Hollywood Dean Ray. Way to go, Myrtle. I heard somebody say that up there. Dean Ray, you sweep the weekend. You pick up the win last night at US 36. You do it again here tonight. Great job behind the wheel of that race car. You are off to a dynamite year in this 77 car.
Thank you very much. It was kind of a hard-fought battle this evening. Had a little, had a little racing going on there.
I tell you what, though, sometimes rubbing's racing. How do you say it? He did not take you out. He didn't knock you out of the way. He rubbed you.
I was checking up, getting into that turn. It wasn't anything on him. He was getting in there better than I was. It was no big deal.
And sometimes it just happens.
It happens pretty easy.
Yeah. Race fans, you a lot of sponsors here. Take us through them.
Oh, my. We got lots of them. Clear Creek Farms, Dale Farms, Waterbury Farms, Frontier Auto and Truck, Ray's Bait and Tackle, Sugar Creek Farms, and Insurance. New sponsors. Rosemary Hill Tree Farm.
I tell you, that's the way you treat a new sponsor, Victory Lane. Dean Ray, go celebrate this. Take that trophy down there. There's your trophy girl, Dean. Take her with you. Yeah, get her in the picture. McCarthy Auditor Winner Circle, Hollywood, Dean Ray.
When it turns number 3, off of turn number 4, they'll wind these things up and they'll get this race started.
Green is underway as we come off turn number 4. Good start between the two top guns. And here comes Dennis Elliott. He is going to lead them as we head into turn number 1.
Through turn number 1, give the advantage to Dennis Elliott off the corners. He will take the lead down the backstretch as the 17X of Nick Haynes looks to the inside of Houston Johnson heading into turn number 3.
99 and 11 issues down in turn number 2, bringing out the yellow flag again. I think we will see a single file read. Professional Ag Services, lights are out, green is go. Jacob, here we go.
Off of turn number 4, Dennis Elliott in that 29 car will lead the field to the green as the 17X of Nick Haynes will move into that second position. Give a 3-car length advantage to the 29 of Dennis Elliott through turn number 1.
2H of John Hassan making his presence felt as he is on the inside of Houston Johnson down the back straightaway. He will take over that third spot as we go through turn number 3. Coming off turn number 4. Looks like we may get a lap in under green as we come by the flag stand. Elliott's going to lead them as we got a new second place car. How about John Hanson coming to the front?
The 2H of John Hanson has used the low side to his advantage as he's going to storm off of turn number 2 and look to chase down the 29 of Dennis Elliott, who remains your leader off of turn number 4.
Dennis Elliott, very fast race car under him. He has been second is tonight. He will finish first as he goes through turn number 1 off of turn number 2 using that extreme high line. Dennis Elliott.
Off of turn number 2 and down into turn number 3, the 29 of Dennis Elliott looks to run a perfect race and get the win tonight, but the 2H of John Hanson will look to try to run him down and have a say in who wins this race tonight.
As they go down the back straightaway, car number 29 of Dennis Elliott leads them. 2H of Hanson in second. Elliott starting to check out in that 29 as he has got the whole track to work with and looking good here tonight.
Back there in the 4th position, the 26S of Stephen Glenn has moved into that 4th position. He started deep in the field and has already made his way now into that 3rd position. He'll move to the inside of the 17X of Nick Haynes.
Nick Haynes, a little bit bouncy down in turn 1 and 2, but gathers it back up. Looks like car number 78 of Derek Hicks making his presence felt as he's on the inside of Castor, but up front pulling away is that 29 of Dennis Elliott.
Dennis Elliott in the 29 looks to have checked out from the field, but the rest of the field you could throw a blanket over him as the 54 of Buzz Castor has looped it over in turn number 1. The yellow flag will fly.
97 into the back of the 54, taking Castor around.
Turns 3 and 4, Dennis Elliott will look to get on the gas. He'll get on it early. He'll bring the field off of turn number 4 to get the green flag here at I-35 Speedway.
Derek Hicks looking on the inside of the 17 of Haynes as he is trying to take over that 4th spot. He is using the extreme low line. Haynes fighting back on the outside as they will be side by side down the back straightaway.
Heading into turn number 3, already give the 29 of Dennis Elliott about a 6-car length advantage heading off of turn number 4, but throw a blanket over the rest of the field as they're battling for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Darren Shaw threading the needle. He's going to make it 3 wide as they go through 1 and 2. Derek Hicks takes over that 4th spot. Here comes Haynes back on the outside, but Darren Shaw threatening. New second place car, Stephen Glenn will take over that 2nd spot in car number 26S.
The 2H of John Hanson will look to get back to the inside of the 26S of Stephen Glenn. He won't get it done. That'll open up the door for the 78 of Derek Hicks. He'll move to the inside of the 2H of John Hanson.
Ford horsepower in that car number 78 as he will be looking on the inside, taking over that 3rd spot as they come down the front straightaway. Not so fast as the 78 has taken the 3rd spot, but up front, everybody's chasing the 29 Elliott.
Move the 78 into that third position as he'll look to go chase down the 26S of Stephen Glenn, but look out for the number 11 of Darren Shaw. He's using that high side. He's looking to move into the fourth position off of turn number 4.
Darren Shaw, extremely fast race car. How about that? From the back all the way up to that 4th spot, looking for more. He is on the high side of the 78. 2 Ford horsepower cars battling. Look at the run Shaw's got on that high side. He will take over that 4th spot, looking for more.
Off of turn number 4, he'll almost get to the outside of the 26S of John Hansen, but in a matter of just 2 laps, he'll move from the 5th position to the 2nd position off of turn number 2.
Look at the run Darren Shaw has in that car number 11. He is battling for that 2nd spot as he's right up, kicking the dust up down the front straightaway. Glenn gets into Shaw, puts him into the wall.
The 11 of Darren Shaw got a little bit high off of turn number 4. Had a little bit, and that allowed the 26S to get to his inside. Contact on the front stretch, move the 26S back into the 2nd place position with a battle between the 78 of Derek Hicks.
Derek Hicks looking on the inside of Stephen Glenn as he will be low as Stephen Glenn will drift up down the back straightaway. Up front, though, the 29 of Dennis Elliott getting it done as Shaw has went back up top trying to mount that momentum again.
The 54 of Buzz Castor move him into the 4th place position as he will get around the 2H of John Hansen as the 17X of Nick Haynes looks to move into the top 5.
Dennis Elliott got that car on cruise control as he is out front. A turn advantage now for Dennis Elliott. 2 turn advantage as he comes down the front straightaway. Laps winding down.
The 26S of Stephen Glenn on the low side, the 78 on the high side. The battle is for 2nd as the 78 looks to use the momentum to get around Stephen Glenn.
High side is the fast way around if you can stay up there, but it looks like Stephen Glenn may have found something on the bottom as Darren Shaw working his way back to the front again. On top, car number 78 of Derek Hicks. He will take over that 2nd spot.
The 78 of Derek Hicks moves into that 2nd position as move the 11 of Darren Shaw back into that 5th place position as he will continue to try to come back up to the front after his incident with the 26S of Stephen Glenn.
Darren Shaw, how do you say it, can't keep a good man down as he has got that car moving back to the front. He is all the way up to the 4th spot looking for more as he is battling Buzz Castor.
Back up front, Dennis Elliott has checked out from the field. He has over a straightaway advantage off of turn number 4 heading into turn number 1.
Man, I'm impressed with. There's that 78 of Derek Hicks as he runs in that 2nd spot. Started in the back of the pack. Last row outside. He is all the way up in that 2nd spot. Stephen Glenn using the low line. Not able to make it work to get by Hicks. And here comes Shaw as he is up in that 4th spot.
Darren Shaw is using the high side to his advantage. He'll have 2nd in his sights as the 29 of Dennis Elliott is off of turn number 2. But back into the battle for 2nd between the 78 of Hicks, the 26S of Glenn, and the 11 of Darren Shaw.
Half a lap lead almost now for Dennis Elliott as he comes down looking at the white flag. This time by 19 laps in the books, 1 to go.
Off of turn number 2, Dennis Elliott will take a large advantage down the back stretch as we continue to watch the battle over there for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place positions. But off of turn number 4, Dennis Elliott will take the USRA modified feature event as we continue to watch the battle over for 2nd. It'll go to the 78 of Derek Hicks. Darren Shaw will come back and finish in that 3rd place position with the 26S of Stephen Glenn.
And back at home, so good news on that home front. Race fans, let's hear it for him. Your winner, the Big Daddy, Dennis Elliott. Father Dick Elliott coming down here into victory lane as Dennis Elliott's going to make his way up here for the on-track interview. Great racing out here on the racetrack. Half a lap lead by the end of the race. Set that car on cruise control. The Big Daddy in victory lane. And I know this one goes out to you, son.
It does. Last week was a real stressful and real emotional week, and we made her through it. So.
And you had a whole lot of race fans and a whole lot of people praying for you to get through that, Dennis. Congratulations, my man.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody because you don't understand what just a common nice thing to say to somebody through a deal like that means. So, thank you.
Yeah, we do. Congratulations, race fans. Give him another big round of applause. McCarthy Auto Group Winner Circle, Dennis Elliott. Like to thank everybody coming for out tonight. Like to thank old Leroy here as he has done the Cheeseworks video for